By the time you reach your 60s or 70s, something subtle may already be unfolding inside your body. It's not dramatic. There's no siren, no flashing sign. But one day, lifting a grocery bag feels a bit harder. Getting out of a chair takes more effort. You pause halfway up the stairs. You tell yourself, I'm just getting older.
But what if that's not the full story? What if what you're really experiencing is a quiet erosion of strength? A gradual loss of muscle that creeps in without warning? It's called silent muscle loss, and it's more common than you think. Studies show that even a small decline in muscle mass after 65 can triple the risk of falls, reduce mobility, and slowly chip away at your independence. And here's what no one tells you. It's not just age.
It's about missing signals, nutrients your muscles crave, habits your body needs, and support you might not even know you've lost. The good news? You can fight back. In this video, we'll reveal 6 powerful ways, some overlooked, some surprisingly simple, that can help you regain your strength, reclaim your confidence, and keep living on your own terms. You see, strength isn't something that disappears overnight.
It fades slowly, often without warning, unless we give our bodies what they truly need. And here's the truth most people never hear from their doctors. Losing muscle isn't just about aging. It's about undernourishing. Our muscles, even in our 70s or 80s, have the remarkable ability to heal, to grow, and to stay strong. But only if we give them the right building blocks.
In today's video, we're going to walk through 6 essential tools, a powerful blend of nutrients and habits that support your muscles from the inside out. These are simple, science-backed strategies that act like a personal support system for your strength. Some are vitamins you may have overlooked. Others are daily choices you can start today, without a prescription, without equipment. And here's the best part. When combined, they don't just slow down muscle loss. They can actually reverse it. Yes, even if you've already started to feel weaker. So whether you're hoping to walk a bit farther, stand a bit taller, or simply feel more like yourself again, this journey is for you. Let's explore the strength that's still within you. Protein, the silent building block you're likely missing. Let's start with something so basic, yet so often forgotten. Protein. Think of your muscles as a house, and protein as the bricks. Now imagine trying to build, or even maintain that house, but every time you reach for a brick, the stack is nearly empty. That's what happens inside your body when you don't get enough protein, especially as you age. Here's the catch. After 60, your body doesn't process protein like it used to. Even if you're eating the same amount, your muscles absorb less. And to make things harder, many older adults naturally start eating less because of slower digestion, decreased appetite, or difficulty chewing. So what happens? The body becomes underfed, not in calories, but in quality. You begin to feel tired, your healing slows down, your energy dips, not because you're old, but because your muscles are starving. Experts recommend at least 1.0 to 0.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily for older adults. But instead of counting grams, think practically. Eggs for breakfast, lentils or chicken for lunch, and a protein shake with whey isolate if eating enough feels like a chore. You don't need to bulk up. You just need to feed your strength. 2. Omega-3, the anti-inflammatory hero. Your muscles crave next. Let's talk about omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. Most people know omega-3 as heart-healthy fats, but few realize it's also a muscle-saving nutrient. As we age, a slow-burning inflammation called inflammaging begins to smolder in our bodies. It doesn't cause pain or redness, but it silently eats away at muscle tissue, weakening fibers from the inside out. Omega-3s are your body's natural firefighters. They don't just calm inflammation. They actually help muscles respond better to movement, recover faster, and regenerate more effectively. Clinical studies have shown that seniors who consistently supplement with omega-3 experience noticeable gains in strength and mobility, even into their 80s. We're talking about real-life improvements. Lifting grocery bags without strain, walking longer without fatigue, getting up from chairs with confidence. But here's the problem. Most diets are lacking. If you don't eat fatty fish like salmon or sardines a few times a week, you may already be deficient. Experts recommend 1 to 2 grams daily, ideally from a supplement with a balanced EPA-DHA ratio and high absorption. Because protecting your strength isn't just about moving,
It's about giving your body the tools to recover, rebuild, and thrive. 3. Vitamin B12, the missing message between your brain and your muscles. Have you ever stood up too fast and felt unsteady? Or reached for something only to find your hand trembling ever so slightly? You might have brushed it off as aging, but the truth is more surprising. Often, what's missing isn't strength, it's connection. Vitamin B12 plays a critical role in the communication system between your brain and your muscles. Think of it like a walkie-talkie signal. Clear, sharp, instant. But as B12 levels drop, and they often do after age 60, that signal becomes fuzzy. Muscles no longer receive precise instructions. The result? Hesitation, stumbling, weakness. Even worse, B12 deficiency builds slowly over years and is often misdiagnosed as normal aging. Fatigue, balance issues, clumsiness, and even memory lapses can all be signs your body's low on this essential nutrient. Certain medications like metformin for diabetes and proton pump inhibitors for acid reflux can reduce your ability to absorb B12 from food, no matter how healthy your meals are. That's why many experts recommend methylcobalamin, a highly absorbable form of B12, especially in sublingual lozenges or sprays that bypass digestion. This form goes straight into your bloodstream and stays in your tissues longer. Adding B12 to your daily routine might not just restore balance, it can help you feel clear, sharp, and steady again. 4. Vitamin C, the hidden force behind muscle structure and energy. We often think of vitamin C as the cold and flu vitamin. But for people over 60, it's so much more than that. It's the glue that holds your muscles together. Inside every muscle is a network of collagen, a protein scaffold that keeps things firm, stable, and responsive. Without enough vitamin C, that structure begins to crumble. Muscles feel weaker, bruises linger longer, even small movements leave you sore. Vitamin C is also one of the most powerful antioxidants in your body, defending muscle cells from the damage caused by free radicals, those unstable molecules that increase with age and inflammation. Over time, free radical damage can accelerate muscle breakdown, making recovery slow and painful. 5. Vitamin D, the nutritional sunshine that lights up your muscles. When most people think of vitamin D, they think of bones. But what they often don't realize is that this sunshine vitamin is also crucial for muscle strength. Every time your muscles contract, whether you're standing up, balancing, or simply reaching for something, they rely on calcium to fire properly. But here's the catch. Your body can't absorb calcium effectively without enough vitamin D. It's the gatekeeper. Without it, muscles struggle to function, and over time, they weaken. After 60, your body's ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight decreases significantly. You may go outdoors less, or wear long sleeves, or live in regions where the sun hides for months. The result? A staggering number of older adults, over 40%, are deficient and don't even know it. The consequences are subtle but serious: poor balance, slower reflexes, and an increased risk of falls. That little hesitation before you step, the brief moment of instability in the kitchen, those may not be just aging after all. Experts recommend 1,000 to 2,000 IU per day, ideally in the D3, cholecalciferol form, which is better absorbed than D2. Supplementation is simple, but the impact can be profound. Because sometimes what your muscles truly need is just a little more light. Resistance movement, the signal that says, I still need these muscles. Here's something powerful. Your body holds on to what you use and lets go of what you don't. That's why after 60, when many people slow down, the body begins to assume that muscles are no longer needed. But this also means something beautiful. When you move, intentionally, consistently, you're telling your body, keep this, I still need it. And no, this doesn't mean lifting heavy weights or joining a gym. Gentle resistance exercises, simple movements done slowly and with control, can stimulate muscle preservation and even regrowth. Pushing against a wall, rising from a chair without using your hands, lifting light resistance bands. Just 15 minutes, a few times a week, can make a world of difference. It's not about performance, it's about preservation. Movement activates satellite cells in your muscles, tiny helpers that rebuild and strengthen tissue. When combined with proper nutrition,
Even small efforts trigger real, measurable improvement. Because every rep you do, every stretch you hold, is a message to your body. I'm still here. I still choose to move. And in that choice, you reclaim strength, independence, and the confidence to live life on your terms. But perhaps most importantly, vitamin C is required to produce carnitine, a compound your muscles use to turn fat into usable energy.
Without it, you may feel tired, heavy, or sluggish. Not because you're out of shape, but because your muscles can't access fuel. Experts suggest 200 to 400 milliliters daily, ideally in divided doses. Look for formulas that include bioflavonoids or liposomal delivery for better absorption. It's a small nutrient with massive impact, and it just might be the missing link between fatigue and strength.
Now imagine this. Instead of treating each of these 6 tools, protein, omega-3s, vitamin B12, vitamin C, vitamin D, and resistance movement, as separate pieces, you begin to see them as parts of a larger puzzle. When they come together, they don't just support your body, they transform it. Each nutrient plays its role. Each habit adds momentum. And together, they form a quiet alliance, working behind the scenes to protect your strength, rebuild your energy, and preserve the freedom you've worked your whole life to enjoy. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring your body as it is now, capable, wise, and worthy of care. It's about showing yourself that you're not done growing, not done getting stronger, and not done living fully. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do everything at once. Just pick one small thing, a new habit, a supplement, a 10-minute walk, and let it be the first domino. Progress doesn't have to be loud to be life-changing. Because the real victory isn't just in having strong muscles. It's in having a strong sense of self, knowing you can still show up, still rise, still thrive. And that begins right now, with the next choice you make. So now, I want to ask you something personal. Which one of these 6 habits speaks to you the most? Is it adding more protein to your plate? A short walk with intention? Or maybe finally getting your vitamin D levels checked? Drop a comment below with the words, "I want to stay strong as I age." Because sometimes just writing it down is the first step toward truly believing it. If this message gave you hope, or even just a new perspective on what's possible, I'd be honored if you gave this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It helps more people like you find their way to strength, clarity, and confidence. And if you know someone, a parent, a friend, a neighbor, who deserves to feel strong again, share this video with them. You never know what one message of encouragement might spark in someone else. If you'd like to go even further in supporting our work, feel free to click the Super Thanks button below. Every bit of support helps us bring more of these heartfelt, empowering messages to the people who need them most. And remember this, your age does not define your worth. You still have strength to give, stories to write, and a life that deserves to be lived with energy and dignity. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and I'll see you in the next one.